This isn't happening. Not today. Get off me!
Look, I really think the handcuffs are over the top.
Stand back, please, Mr. Barlow.
Congratulations!
Made things 10 times worse by legging it. How could they get any worse? Poor Trace, like being jilted in bad enough. Mind her head.
Me head. What about my wedding?
What are you arresting her for? It'll be all right, Trace. You can sue him. Think of the compo.
This is right, love. It's self-preservation time. Look, I know you love Rob, but you're a mother with responsibilities. Don't risk your neck or Peter's to save his.
I just want Robert. I just want Robert.
I know, love, I know. But listen, be truthful, be straight, and be courteous.
You should have written just arrested with shaving foam on the back window.
So it's defo hyper thingy?
Yeah. Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Try saying that without your teeth in. The letter from the hospital sent me into a tailspin, and when Eileen offered to come, well, it wasn't meant as a slight.
Never mind, Eileen. I feel terrible now. You two stirring the pot.
David, not me.
Look, it looked like he were up to something, and he was, all right? So
what's the next step?
She started me on medication.
So they're on top of it already? Well, thank goodness.
Let's try again. What went through your mind when Rob asked you to give him a false alibi? You lied to us about Rob Donovan's whereabouts on the night of Tina McIntyre's murder.
I think you might be confusing me with that stitch-up merchant. I mean, she actually stitches for a living. That's ironic, right?
So you still maintain that Rob was with you for the whole evening? Before, during and after your engagement party? Before, during and after your engagement party?
I'm maintaining it because it's the truth.
Your dad gave you some good advice back there.
Well, he's desperate to get Peter out of prison. Rob's the perfect scapegoat.
Give it up, Tracy. We both know you're lying.
No, Carla's love life is in tatters. She hates seeing me and Rob happy. She wants to get Peter out the toy cupboard so they can drink themselves to death. Misery loves company.
How come Rob's on the run? Surely an innocent man would have stood his ground.
Well, because he knows a stitch-up when he sees it.
Rob told Carla where he chucked the murder weapon and the stolen jewellery. That search is live.
Well, she could have easily chucked something in the canal. Yeah? And then, hey, presto! Exhibit A.
Did you ask Rob where he'd been that night?
No, I didn't ask Rob where he'd been that night because he was with me.
Maybe you didn't ask Rob for the truth because you didn't want him to confirm what you must have suspected. When he asked you to lie to us, you knew he'd had a hand in Tina McIntyre's death. Admit it. The silent treatment. Fine. I've nowhere else I should be. Let's face it, no review. On the plus side, you're getting your money's worth out of that dress.
Thank you very much for all your help. Bye. You look drained.
Just give him a statement. I'm a very bad sister, signed Carla Connor. Never did get used to Barlow, anyway.
It's the right thing.
I just shoved my kid brother under a bus. Over that lying, cheating specimen I married.
Yeah, Peter's all of that and more. But he's not a murderer. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have you told him the good news yet?
Yeah, that was the prison chaplaincy. I'll get a message to him to ring me. But my immediate priority is Tracy. They're quizzing her now.
I didn't set out to ruin our wedding, you know.
I know that. And Tracy knows that too, deep down. You shouldn't be on your own.
That's why he was so nice to Tina's mum.
above and beyond, trying to wash the blood off his hands. Right. Ken must feel torn in two. I mean, thrilled for Peter, but heartbroken for Tracy. Well, she's dodged a bullet there.
Here we are, ladies. Oh. One each, courtesy of the wedding planner. Waste not, want not, eh?
Freesias, how lovely. Oh, they were my mother's favourite.
Yeah, love. And listen, thanks for helping out.
I'm a little bit overdressed, but hey-ho.
Because they're brand spanking new and you can resell them.
Little silk bags with drawstrings in, you know, favours, there's 36 of them.
Ah. Oh, Dev.
Right.
Well, thanks a lot for having Amy.
No problem. Well, actually, it's Mary, you know, she's working her magic. Yeah, they're playing hair salons as I left. Where's Steve?
Well, his body's in the back doing the books, but his mind, well, that's somewhere else on planet Steve. To be fair, he is really concerned about Peter.
Well, join the club, eh?
I know. I was convinced he was guilty as sin. Would have staked the ranch on it.
Look, I swear I didn't know Tracy had given him a false alibi.
And what are you going to tell the police when they come knocking?
You worrying about nothing.
I hope so.
Cheers, Kev. Right, now, listen. If you were a gay man, bear with, and you were given the opportunity to go on a date with, say, my good self, or nice but gormless, lanky Kirk, who would you choose?
Are you blooded?
I've never been more sober in my life. Come on. Now, don't worry. Your hetero status is legend. Me or Kirk? Come on, a girl needs answers.
I can't believe I'm even thinking about this. You were so...
Yes! Thank you. Help yourself to some fleurs.
Could be another one of her sob stories.
She wasn't sobbing and it isn't a story. That's why her wrist is strapped up.
Now she's all on her own.
With a long journey ahead of her. Oh, I feel really bad.
Not half as bad as me, Chaz. I'm older. I should be wiser.
Should have said something sooner, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
No. We wouldn't have believed her anyway.
That's what Scylla said.
I mean, we can always drive to Wolverhampton first thing.
I haven't got an address. Have you?
No. Then you'll just have to wait for her to get back in touch. Well, that ain't gonna happen in a hurry, is it?
Can't imagine her ill and fragile.
No, she doesn't do fragile. Does anyone want another cup of tea or anything?
Not for me, Ta. I'll see you in a bit, yeah?
Peter?
Dad, what's happened? Is it Simon?
No. Simon's fine.
But the chaplain told me to ring you. Urgently.
Peter, it was Rob who killed Tina.
He confessed to Carla last night and now he's on the run. I know it's a lot to take in all at once.
Peter?
I'm still here.
And hopefully, not for long, Carla signed a witness statement.
Yeah, but even if they catch him, he's going to deny it. His word against hers.
Just sort of focus on the positive.
Will you tell Simon for me?
Of course.
Did Tracy know?
Absolutely not. This is the best of times for you and the worst of times for her.
With apologies to Dickens. And there'll be apologies for you too, I'm sure.
I'm not interested.
Peter, just stay strong.
It'll soon be over.
Carla's thrown me a lifeline.
I've been a copper for 10 years. You're the first bride I've ever had arrested. Ever questioned.
Oh, well, what do you want? A carriage clock?
I want you to take your dad's advice. Tell the truth. And do yourself a favour into the bargain. Look after number one.
Rob is my number one.
Well, he's left you up that well-known creek. You've covered for a murderer. Perverted the course of justice. You get banged up for that. Maybe you don't care. You've had prison before.
I think you'll find that was overturned. You know, you should be giving Carla a lie detector test.
Tell me this. When Rob said lie for me, did you say, "Oh, of course, babe, no questions asked"? You didn't worry that he just bludgeoned a young girl to within an inch of her life?
No! Because he was with me.
When we bring him in and we've recovered the murder weapon, his legal team will instruct him to plead guilty. You will be hung out to dry. And when you're serving a custodial sentence for perverting the course of justice or aiding and abetting a murderer, Amy will be known as the kid whose mum's banged up. Aiding and abetting.
I wasn't aiding and abetting anybody.
It amounts to the same thing. A young girl has been brutally murdered and you're covered.
I wasn't covering for Rob. He was covering for me.
Go on.
I left the engagement party to go and get some stock for the shop.
So why the subterfuge? Oh. Straight off the back of a lorry?
Rob has got this thing. Everything in the shop has to be kosher.
So while you were off fencing stolen goods, Rob had plenty of time to attack Tina.
No!
How would you know you weren't with him? He's just seen his pregnant sister crushed by Peter's affair with Tina, and while you were off sourcing new stock, he went round to her flat and he brutally attacked her.
No, he wouldn't do that.
Oh, there's no stitch up, Tracy. Carla Barlow has not cooked up her brother's confession. On the night of your engagement party, her brother, your fiancé, brutally attacked Tina McIntyre. And that is why he's on the run.
There you go, room 5, up the stairs, first door on your right. Strictly no smoking. Failure to comply may result in the death penalty. Get in. Nice try, son. You nearly got away with it. Me pen. Ah.
Thought I could sit on it. Talk's a good game, my little bro. He always did. And did it for me.
Hey, you didn't ask him to kill anyone.
He thought he had my back.
You said for ages that Peter didn't do it.
Oh, I wish he had. I'd give anything for Peter to have done it.
Listen, you can still be a good sister to Rob. He's gonna need you.
He'll never forgive me this. All I had to do was nothing.
I thought you went to fetch Amy.
I did. Said she could have a sleepover at Ash's.
Oh, that child. Water off a duck's back. Thank goodness.
Not like a dad, you mean?
Did I say that? Michelle's gone to see Carla, if you're interested.
Yeah, she texted.
When you came back, why did you go through the backyard?
Because I didn't want to walk through the pub. Is that okay?
Oh, punters, don't they get on your nerves? The way they pay your bills, bankroll your holidays, put a roof over your head.
I couldn't be bothered with the small talk.
Look, if you're feeling guilty about Peter, join the club. We all thought he did it.
You know, every morning I wake up, I make one bad decision after another.
I hope you're not putting Michelle in that category.
Of course I'm not.
Right. Well, it's about time you showed her a bit of TLC. Stephen.
I've got to finish this.
Oh, goodness me. Michael's enough as a worrywart as it is.
Well, at least he's been diagnosed, so now they can start treating him.
Oh, and I thought Tracy Barlow was having a bad day.
The runaway groom.
See, I think he should get life. Not that the alky should be off the hook.
Agreed.
Oh, here we go. Thickening of the myocardium.
You're dead morbid, you. What does it say?
Treatments, blah, 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 warfarin, beta blockers. A small number of patients will require a heart transplant.
A heart transplant?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I didn't mention that bit.
Well, why would you? Come on, it said a small minority, Michael.
Do you think now's a good time to reach out to Gavin?
'Cause I'm on my way out.
Because you've just had a reminder of how short and precious life is.
Do you want me to trawl the net for Gavin Rodwell?
We could find him in, like, 3 clicks.
Give yourself something positive to focus on.
Go on then, David. See if you can track down my lad.
Spark out all 3 of them. Took a photo.
Oh.
Look at that.
No, that's cute.
Mum's missing out on all this.
Yep.
Hiya.
Where have you been?
Spag ball okay?
Great. We're gonna need an extra place.
How come? Oh, Mum.
Hold up. You said he'd fallen off a ladder.
I lied. I'd have said anything to get you in that taxi.
A devious streak, eh?
We know. About you.
And a mouth like a welly top.
I'd say sorry, except I'm not.
Yeah, Zilla, take a seat.
Thanks.
I'm glad she told us.
You should have told us.
Would you believe me? Fair dues. Even I won't believe me.
Must be so frightening.
It's no picnic, but what can you do?
Mum, you don't have to put a brave face on it for us.
Me striking? It's them flaming onions.
You've held up amazingly well.
6 hours ago, I floated out of there. How can your life fall apart in 6 hours?
Let's get you inside.
Don't tell me you've been down the cop shop all this time.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
What's the score?
They released her on bail.
Right.
Look, Tracy needs to rest. I'm sure you understand.
Cool. Hey, you know where I am. Give me a shout, yeah?
Been a very long day. You'll have to excuse me.
I've lost him, Dad. Everything. Everything.
Darling. I'm so very sorry. Let it out. Let it out.
We're smashing that. I'm stuffed at gills.
Oh, so you don't want any apple pie then? That's a shame.
I'll force down a slither.
Are you in pain?
A bit. Good days and bad. Today's turned out okay.
And what about further down the line?
I'll jump off that bridge when I come to it. I say jump. Fat chance of that. As I get older, my bones will get more brittle. More likely to break and fracture.
Well, I think you're dead brave.
There's a first.
And you can forget Wolverhampton. You're stopping with us.
There's a recipe for disaster.
Me and Ches will pitch in.
Yeah. You're staying here. Like it or lump it.
In fact, I'll go and sort out your bags.
I mean, that cake's gonna keep for yonks. Be perfect for me and Kirky, that.
Well, you'll have to talk to Michelle about that. Word of advice, though, not tonight.
People save the doctive when they're quitting the first sprog. It's what we're gonna keep until Primbo.
Well, like I said, talk to Michelle.
I will. If you don't ask, you don't get.
Empty-handed?
Empty-headed.
Needless to say, the depot was closed.
You and this blessed parcel.
It might be small beer to you, Rita, but I'm being thwarted in every attempt I make to get my hands on it.
Well, when you do, we can put an announcement in Gazette. It's here, £4 3 ounces, delivered safely at last.
I shall mark that down to a stressful day. Excuse me.
And did you see her?
Couldn't get past Ken. They've released her on bail.
Bail? Well, I hope you've got your story straight for when they come banging on our door.
Get off my case, I'll sort it.
How?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and check on Amy.
Glad to hear it.
Poor kid. Tracy's obviously got some neck in it as per.
Isn't the only neck, is it?
So who landed in with Gavin, then?
His mother, after her brother.
Right, well, he must have worked for MI6 or something, because he lived in London town till 2011, and then nada. CSI without a trace.
Well, maybe he emigrated.
Taking his name off the electoral roll, if he's a copper, say.
Or maybe he's on one of those police protection witness things.
Or he could be dead.
Michael!
Dude, seriously, lighten up.
Well, it would serve me right, wouldn't it? I mean, what sort of man loses touch with his own child?
We'll find him.
It's practically impossible just to disappear these days. I mean, I give Rob Donovan a night, max.
Well, thanks for trying, but let's face it, when his sick old dad comes crawling out of the woodwork, well, he's hardly going to be jumping for joy, is he?
Listen up, Rodwell. My boys will find your boy. Do you hear me?
I hear you.
Yes, and it may take a while to rebuild things, but you'll do it. And you won't have to do it on your own.
It's a Halloween Fright Night theme, but will it be the judges at each other's throats again? It's the X Factor, tomorrow and Sunday night at 8. Well, they do say every day's a school day, especially if you're Joey Essex. It's his Ream Halloween over on ITV2 next. But stay here with us on ITV, we'll be right back with Lewis.